It's Thursday the 25th of September after the market close on the ASX. Thought I'd go through a few more gold stocks that I think people are interested in. I'm interested in them as well. I hold a couple of them. So this is the first one is Doray Minerals. As a daily chart, probably don't need a weekly chart. It hasn't been around for a huge length of time. So they're producing from the Andy Well mine in Western Australia now. Have been doing so for about a year almost. So this was obviously the discovery of Andy Well here, and we peaked at about $1.70. And just when it was starting to come in production was sort of an ideal opportunity to get in toward the end of last year. And then we've seen a pretty strong run up. I think initially the mine was from a higher grade portion and an open pit with and they were getting very good recovery. So the costs were some of the lowest on the ASX, I think. So the company took advantage of that and did a capital raising at close to the highs. I think about 90 cents about 6 months ago. But since then, they've had a few issues with the costs that haven't been as stellar as the initial costs, and I think that was actually not that surprising to anyone who followed it closely. But the market has sort of downgraded it a little bit since then. You can see here that there was a sort of a range that's repeated almost here pretty well, and this entire move is quite similar to this move here, if I can get it to work. Yeah, so I think it's reaching a very strong buy sort of level for me. If you're looking for a longer term gold stock, these guys have got a lot of cash. They have a very good exploration pedigree, and I guess there are a few signs that generally at the bottoms it's very thinly traded. There's only about 160 million shares on issue. You can see here, this was an unbelievable opportunity, really. Really light volumes, but it's showing a few signs at the bottom here. Today they released a new mineral resource and reserve for the mine that I think showed that they've replaced their first year of production. So they've still got 3 or 4 years of mine life, and the company seems very confident that those resources are going to continue to go deeper. This is a chart of Regis resources. This is a weekly chart. It was one of the best performers of all the gold stocks, really, from the financial crisis up until a year or two ago, and actually kept rising when a lot of the other gold stocks had started to fall after the gold price peaked sort of around end of 2011. Obviously, since then, reality's eventually set in, and they haven't been able to quite keep up their operational performance, and their costs have sort of gone up a little bit. They're very well renowned for their management. I think the management has sort of started and sold a couple of gold companies in the past, in the 20 years or so. I think Equity Gold was one. A lot of the management former directors of Equity Gold. So if we go to a daily chart, here the last 6 months have really shown some sort of a capitulation in the share price, along with the gold price problems. They had a massive flood event. I think the flood event was actually here in February, and that taken 4 months to rectify. So they were only producing from stockpiles for 4 months at 2 of their mines, and I think one of their new mines, I think it's Rosemont, has struggled to get the grades that they'd originally forecast as well. And then there was I think grade issues here that were announced, and that was really just I think it was a 25% fall in one day. But you can see that this range has completed almost to the 10 cent mark, I guess. It's pretty amazing how it sort of plays out like that. But the company is sort of, I think, going to stick to their knitting now and just try and improve their operational performance. I think one of the directors was previously known as the king of the 1 gram per ton dirt, so they're very well renowned in the gold industry. But I own a few of these, but I did lighten around $1.85 a few months ago because I thought their company updates seemed a little bit. There's not going to be a lot of action. They're just going to be trying to improve gradually their costs, and they did buy a deposit in New South Wales from Alkane Resources about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, and that was seen as sort of their next development option, and they've shelved that because the rate of return is just not quite there at the moment with the gold price being where it is. So they're just going to be trundling along, I think, in this range here, and it's going to take a pretty almighty effort to get back above this level, especially with the gold price where it is. When you see this sort of fall, this was maybe in 2 days, probably a month's worth of cumulative volume. So it takes a while to get through that sort of event usually to digest it. So I don't expect it to move a lot for the next 3 to 6 months. So there's probably other gold stocks to be in, but these guys are quality, and with an improvement in the gold price, if you're really a long-term gold bull, I see this one as a no-brainer.